some of you may recall last year I promised you a speech on quantum physics. Well, I lied, didn't I? I'm actually doing it on hiking. Now, before you go running off into the bush to try and find a hut, you'll need to know some basic things that you need to bring hiking. You'll need to bring boots. The boots should be sturdy so they don't bend, and they should be a bit waterproof. You'll need a pack. A pack has to have two straps, a strap here and a strap here. If they don't, you won't be able to take all the weight in your pack. You need warm clothing and spare clothing. It needs to be warm, and you need to have spare clothing, because if it rains and you forget your rain jacket, or if you do a river crossing, you will get wet, and hiking in wet clothes is not fun. You'll need an emergency locator beacon. If you get lost, you can activate this. This means you can get rescued. A foil blanket is what you can use if you get hypothermia. Hypothermia is where you get too cold, and in some cases you can die. A foil blanket keeps you warm because it keeps all the heat in. A first aid kit or a survival kit. The survival kit or first aid kit should contain some basic medicines, plasters, a compass, a knife, and some waterproof matches. You can't really see it there, but a topographic map. A topographical map is a weird map that's got lots of little squiggly lines over it. A bold line or a thick line indicates 100 vertical metres. So if the lines are close to each other, it means it's really steep. If the lines are far away, it means it's flat. And the small lines are 20 metres apart, not 30. That's what my dad said, it was 30 metres, but he was wrong. Now, I'm going to say about some of the hikes that I have done and rate them from easy to hard. This one here's my easy one. It's a Creases track. It goes from here in Blackpool over, and you stay in a hut here and down into Barrytown. The Barrytown side is harder. It takes about 6 hours, and the Blackpool side takes about 4 hours. The hut in the middle is really nice, and I do recommend it. Next, there was Cedar Flats. Jimmy Brown, who we always go hiking with, chose this hike because he said it would be easy, and there were hot pools at the end, so of course we have to do it, right? There are hot pools. And so he said that it would take 3 hours in maybe. Well, it took us 5 hours, and it was very painful because we were going over a riverbed, which is not very nice. And once we got through all the riverbed, we went up a huge hill that had lots of roots on it, and everyone got really sore and painful. And even the name, Cedar Flats. Well, the flats refers to the 50 metres of flat from this swing bridge to a little hut. The hut and the hike is very nice, and the hike is okay. I'd say you need to be sort of experienced to do it. We will not let Jimmy Brown choose another hike. We decided we'd let him choose one more hike. This one here was called the Otahaki. Now, for your reference, I checked on the DOC website after we'd done it, and the track is part of a huge track that goes over an alpine pass, over a gigantic landslide that happened years ago, and the Otahaki was classed as the hardest, most expert part of it. But Jimmy Brown didn't know any of this, and so when he did it, he said, oh, you can take Billie Jean along. Billie Jean's my little sister, who was 8 years old at the time. The hike took 9 hours in, and we were promised maybe 3.5 hours in. It was deep, there were river crossings, as you can see here, and the whole thing was just very hard. And there was no hut at the end. We had to camp. Luckily, there were also hot pools, which did make it worth it, as you can see here. The hot pools were very nice, and yeah, but the track was pretty hard. I would say it would be an expert. I hope this inspires you to do some hiking, just except for the last part. Just don't remember anything I said about the Otahaki.